Welcome to the SEND service. My name is Amalia Bannon and it's my absolute privilege to lead this service. The legislation has also highlighted some areas in which a child or young person may need additional support, but that don't necessarily constitute SEND or not in all instances. For instance, a medical condition. There are no blanket policies, so every single circumstance will be taken on its own merit, and every child will be different, and their circumstances may change as they grow older, they mature, etc. So we are not saying that they are never SEND. We are saying that just because support is required in a school, it doesn't necessarily mean that it falls under the umbrella of special education. It could be medical provision that is required. In addition to medical conditions, also some behaviors are not necessarily meaning that the child has SEND. They may be something punctual that is due to bereavement or something that has happened to the child in that moment in time that is not long-term and does not require special educational provision to be made for that child. That will then not mean SEND. On the other hand, as I said before, we have no blanket policy, so a child that does display behaviors that is not in line with peers in a setting may have SEND. Another one of the categories that is not necessarily SEND is English as an additional language. And the legislation is very clear. When a child or young person has English as an additional language, we need to dig deep and see whether that is a learning difficulty that they have in both the mother tongue and in English or not. And that's why, for instance, when speech and language therapists or occupational therapists assess, they normally have an interpreter so they can get to know what the child or young person can perform in their mother tongue and see whether it's a learning difficulty or it's just that they need more time to acquire the basic English levels that they need to access the curriculum. Thank you for joining me today, and I look forward to working with you.